Well, let's go find Josh's bigger buck. There is a bobcat literally with its mouth wrapped around her neck, choking her out. And I'm like,
it shot right in there where I could shoot a rabbit.
Right where you can shoot a rabbit?
Yep.
all right, we are headed back to Texas. I was just there. This time, kind of a different intent for me. We're gonna head to archery country tomorrow and say what's up to that community and meet Tyler, the owner of Archery Country. Then we're gonna build a bow for my buddy Cody's wife, Samantha, who's been rifle hunting for so long. And I think she's lost interest, that I think bow hunting will kind of spark her interest. Plus she's attended, I think, 2 total archery challenges. As a spectator, I want to change that. I want to get a bow in her hand. Then, I don't think we can film this, but we're gonna go to Joe Rogan's comedy club, or then we're headed to the ranch. MFJJ, myself, we're gonna test some broadheads that he brought, and mainly he's gonna do the testing. Probably hunt whitetail bucks, does, halves, pigs, that kind of thing for the rest of the week, and enjoy some better weather than it is here in Spokompton, and bring you guys along. So we gotta get to the airport and catch our flight to San Antonio. Hey, went to bed at 1:30 your time.
I went and pulled cameras last Tuesday.
Turn right
I got
onto
there late
McAllister
from work.
Freeway.
So that's all. I don't know what his schedule's like.
We met up, hadn't seen you in a month and a half. We met at Archery Country in Austin, Texas.
Yep. Oh yeah, phenomenal shop. Those guys do a good job. The vibe in there is sick. Like if you haven't been in there, it's my vibe. I love it.
Hey Daniel, you work here? At the moment.
Yeah.
What's up? Long time no see.
Yeah. It's been like a month and a half or
I've
something,
seen-
I think.
Sam, this is MFJJ. Hi.
How you doing?
Good seeing you. How are you?
Good.
So Sam, what bow did you order?
I don't know. What
She
did
just
I
had-
order?
I know nothing about bows, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Perfect.
That's exactly what we were looking for. When I said it. Thanks. Appreciate it. You ordered this.
Just keep.
Really?
Yeah, so I mean it saves some money.
Yeah, it
That's
did.
basically like a third, so.
Met there, got her bow all dialed up, ended up doing like 5 private mini lessons as I was trying to get out of there because everybody kept asking stuff. They asked us if we would announce that we were going to be there like the night before, and a decent amount of people showed up before we left. Down here to see through that. Close your left eye. Make sure we can see through here, okay? Does that need to go up or down?
That's fine. Perfect.
Okay, so it looks a tiny bit long. Go ahead and set the bow down.
This shop's legit, like professional, clean.
Oh, it's clean.
Archery Country, legit, clean, professional. Everyone's like busy working. You already changed out the mods. Is this your arrow?
Yes.
Do you have your release on?
Yes.
Okay, let's do a practice one before he gets back. Once you get in there, you push that lever back. Keep your fingers behind the
it.
trigger
I learned
when
that
you pull
one.
back. Nice. You pull that back and bring it to you.
Push that shut on there. Fingers behind the trigger. You always keep it behind the trigger until you're actually ready to fire.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and pull back. There you Alright, so the first thing we're going to do before we actually fire this is work on your hand grip and your position, because that's where people get their arms hit. Well, they shoot too long a draw length, or they position their hand incorrectly on the bow. So pretend like you're holding the bow back at full draw like we just drew. So put your arm out, front end, again, perfect.
Like knuckle, right?
Yeah, knuckles on that pressure point. So feel that. So there's a distinct here. Move your hand away a second. There's a distinct spot back here that you feel like a twinge, like a pressure point. Put your knuckle on that twinge so you know where that is. That will help. That
Knuckle, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all new, right? This is all muscle memory and whatnot. Okay, so your front hand wants to be positioned somewhat like this. So what we're trying to do, push forward like you're trying to hold me up. Okay, cool. So this kind of hand position, you feel how when I push here, I'm pushing all the way through your arm.
Yeah.
When I push up here, it moves your wrist around.
Yeah.
So you want the grip pressure to be through here.
Okay.
So your hand's not doing the work. Your arm is way stronger, right?
Yes.
And so when I push on you here, your shoulder position, try to relax your shoulder a little bit. So your shoulder goes up and back and up and back. So if you engage back here, it kind of pulls your shoulder down a little bit. And when I push on you, I'm pushing through your back when you do that.
Yeah.
If your shoulder gets up too high, I'm pushing right over the top of your back, and it's really easy to move you. You'll fatigue really fast if you raise your shoulder up too much, so you want it back a little bit. So hand position like that, and if you look at the way your forearm sits when your hand's in this position, you couldn't hit your arm if you wanted to.
Okay.
If you do this,
Yeah.
where's the arm? Where's the strip?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
straight forward and push towards the target. Don't relax and hold it against yourself. Most people will try to do this when they start and pull the weight against their body and not push their front arm forward.
Okay.
So draw the bow back, get comfortable, get your knuckle in there, nose on the string, and then push the bow towards the target. Okay, let's open that hand up. Got you. I'm gonna bring your wrist over just a little bit. Just like that. Feel that kind of pressure
Yeah.
difference down the bottom? Okay. Now, I'm gonna have to give that a twist after you fire a few times, but go ahead and put your finger in front of the trigger. Now let's roll your elbow out a little bit. There you go. There you go. And whenever you're comfortable, go ahead and squeeze off. Okay. So, hit your shirt but not your arm, right?
Okay.
Didn't feel anything, Nick, here? Okay, cool. So you're kind of buckling
Yeah.
in, push it forward. Okay. There you go. Bring your nose to where it touches the string. Is that peep still lining up with the front housing when
Yes.
you're looking through it? Okay. Oh, open your hand up. Remember? You don't have to grip it. So your grip should look, bring your fingers around my hand. Okay, now just relax your fingers. I'm going to let go and then you kind of keep it like that. Don't grip the front. You want to so bad. Just trust me. I got my hands in front. Open your hand up. Okay. Relax your fingers so you're not gripping and just go ahead and comfortable squeeze it off. Didn't fly out of your hand, right?
No.
It's not going anywhere. The actual, because that limb is beyond parallel, when you fire it, it actually wants to come back at you and not forward.
Okay.
So you can literally do this and it'll just sit there and go or forward, depending on where the balance weight is. The more muscle tension you can take out of the whole process, the longer you can do it the same. All right, give me that. Give it a little flip. This will be quick and then I'll cut and insert some arrows.
How often? Hey Andy, you doing anything? Gentleman's peak. We adjusted it up earlier. We moved his nose button. It's just
Like I said, yeah, he's trying to leave.
Yeah.
His son is not.
Hey, boss.
What's up?
Mr. International.
Definitely not. Whenever you're comfortable.
Nyla, Dan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So it's that dot from Star.
I know nothing about target archery, so I made a dot yesterday on my setup with a leather hole punch and Gorilla duct tape. Unbelievably well. And I got it to just cover the X, so I didn't want it too big.
Yeah.
And I haven't done a game with it yet, but like we just set it up and we had to catch a flight. But I had a pin, I didn't like the pin.
Oh.
All right, that's good for now.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll shoot it when we get to the ranch.
Caleb, how old are you?
I'm 8.
Caleb's 8 years old.
Think so? Let's try another one. That looks better. Not through here, because this, as you shoot, is going to make you hit in different places. So let's try to hold it like that. Can you try that for me? All right, set down, buddy.
Like the highlight
I'm pretty
of my
impressed. I'm pretty impressed. Remember, we're going to bring that over a little bit. There you go, sweet.
Smoked.
Awesome.
That's all right. Stopping to meet you. Hey, what's your name? Friend Sam. We want to get her into archery, and so we figure we get her a lesson with Josh for her first bow. So we just finished that up. And
Put them in here.
oh yeah.
All right, and I just came by to say hello.
You say Bill? Nice to meet you. Hey Dan, I'm Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
No way. Look how he just sits. They just sit.
He has
folded
like
back.
moose antlers almost.
Yeah.
And he's all bladed all the way around. Sure, man. It's good to meet you, dude.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Keep up good work.
For sure, man.
We'll hopefully be back.
Alright, 1, 2, 3.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Phenomenal now.
It was 83 my last day here in December. It was pretty hot. I was like, ooh, I'm not.
Okay.
single green beans as well. That looks glorious.
Tell me how many slices you want.
Are you guys
So what's going on here? We buying them both?
Yeah. You can never have enough hay dudes. These hay dudes lasted for, about a year. I wore them all the time. Throw a little sheep feed in there. No, these are the dudes.
Got little men's.
These boots, the year we got married.
We're going a ways to well, and I'm looking at stem cell options for post-surgery.
4 and 6 weeks. So you'd have to ask, like if you, whoever your doctor is, your orthopedist, just ask them when you would think they would be clearing you for, and we'd get you taken care of during that whole time. So
Okay. Yeah, that's
it's
good.
a great thing. So
All right.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
You're welcome. You're no worries.
Oh, hi. We are discussing kind of broadheads. We're going into a week where we're kind of trying to figure out what to test. We saw your comments on that broadhead testing video. Josh has definitely been doing a lot of research behind the scenes on broadheads. I've had some good experiences, bad experiences, but I think we're ultimately agreeing if you're gonna go fixed, we need it to be not too sharp or too clean of an entry exit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
And if you go the opposite direction, which would be more of the mechanical, we're leaning into hybrids.
Yeah, I went to Lake Austin,
coffee.
had a coffee. We were just Googling where we could get coffee. Sat down on the lake,
Beautiful
had a little broadhead talk. And man, that sun went down and got cold super fast.
And we got the hell out of there and went to this place called Comedy Mothership. Shout out to one of the most enjoyable evenings I've ever had.
That was phenomenal. Yeah, shocked.
We went there to go see Joe. We knew Joe was performing. You guys reached out and was so excited to see Joe perform.
Yeah.
Had no idea that he brought all of his A-lister friends to perform that night. Name them.
Oh, let's see. Saragusa, Hinchcliffe, Gillis all performed that night. There were some other
Theo
people,
Vaughn.
too. well, yeah, that's right. He was in the next room. So when the first one
Shane
finished
Gillis
out,
was insanely
yeah,
funny.
he's really good. When the first one finished out, Joe came out and introduced himself, said hi, said, hey, we're performing back in this other room. Come back here.
Yeah.
And so when we go in there, and Theo's in there doing shit, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's wild, but everybody but Theo, I guess, lives there now.
So we got to the ranch 3 a.m.
Yep.
The same ranch I was 2 weeks ago, same ranch I went a year ago. One of my dear friends, his family ranch. It's not an outfit. I cannot tell you how many, and I bet you're going to get some. Hey, what's the name of the place you're hunting? None of your business. It's not.
Yeah,
you
it's
cannot
not
hunt there.
This
You're
is
not
not
going.
this is not a guided hunt. This is not a ranch you can pay to be on. It's invite only.
You almost
2 hours
didn't
of
even
sleep.
go.
Yeah, and that's the moral of the story too. Like we were all like, God, are we going? Because we got there at like
I knew
3
I was
something.
going.
Well, yeah, you're a psycho, but we got like they're like 3 something. We're like, okay, we're getting up at 5:30, and I'm like, me really in 2 hours? Like, yep. Like, okay. And I woke up and I looked at my clock and was just like, I'll never hear the end of it if I don't get up. So I'm getting up and going, and let that be a lesson to you. Let that be the moral of the story. And that is why I didn't get that on film. I didn't even bring my camera. I grabbed my bow. I grabbed my pack. Didn't have anything in it. Yep. Grabbed a cup of coffee, threw on my gear, and jumped in the rig and took off.
We threw you in literally the most productive area. I'd hunted that blind you were in 2 weeks prior. I don't know what's going on there, but it's just like it shifts every year on the ranch. The ranch is 10,000 acres. Like last year, the east side of the ranch was the hub. It is a ghost town. It is piggies and halves over there and like a doe. But where you were at, I sat it 3 times and it was just fire. I was just seeing so many different deer and it was incredible. So we put you there. Plus I was hunting 1 buck specifically last time I was there and this time. So I'm like, I just showed you a video of him. Now you know why I was hunting him. And so we put you in that spot and with not a lot of instruction.
0. Pretty much 0.
Just kind of like,
just hey, they
we
better
just
be
didn't
5.
have time to talk.
Yeah, they got to be 5 at least, and
5.5 years old.
5.5. Like I'm looking with the binos. I'm looking with the binos. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can shoot this deer. And he comes in and shoots him, and then I immediately start freaking out. I'm going, holy f***, I hope I was allowed to just shoot that deer.
Did I just shoot the wrong deer?
Because I just shoot the wrong deer. And I immediately texted Dan. It's like, I think I just wrote a check.
Yes. My buck steps out, and I have my little nephew Riley filming, and he comes out, and he is doing everything to not come to my shooting lane. And I'm like, it's all good. There's feet on the ground. He's the dominant buck in the area. He's pushing 160. He's gonna come in and eat, and I'm gonna wait for the perfect shot. I don't want to take a marginal shot on this deer.
Yeah.
Especially anytime. But long story short is while he's out, my phone's put away. You send me a text. What'd you send me?
I said, I'm pretty sure the big 8-point just came in. Can I shoot him? ? Because I don't know if we never even discussed, are you allowed to shoot more than one deer? And yes, clearly, obviously you are, but I didn't even know that. I was just like, I know I was told this is a deer you want to shoot, but
and he's here.
And I'm like, Dan, like I even say like another one, ? Like, yeah, he's standing broadside in front of me for like 5 minutes. Like, get back to me. And you didn't, and he starts walking off. I think he saw a deer off in the distance and took like 10 steps or 15 steps that direction. He's quartering away a little farther out.
Our target buck showed up. I couldn't get a shot at him.
Farther than you'd want to shoot at a deer that might jump. All right, and I'm sitting there looking at my phone. God damn it. And you finally go back. Definitely. I'm like, well, now you tell me.
Yeah, my deer leaves, and I see your text, and I'm like, oh, the big 8? Oh, yeah.
Well, he turns around and walks back in, and within like 5 minutes, he gives me an actual shot angle, and I sluice him. And they both ran in the same freaking direction, and they ended up running over the top of each other's trails.
And I made a good shot. Like, he ran out about, I think I ranged him at like 72 yards.
Okay.
And he was standing quartering away over there, and I'm looking through my binos, and I see just inside the back ribs the hole, 3-blade 2-inch hole, and he doesn't budge. Like, he locks up, and the whole time, like, he's just gonna fall over right there.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's just bleeding out. And I keep looking, I put my binos down, I keep looking, I put my binos down, and dude, like 4 or 5 minutes goes by.
Oh.
And then he puts
livery.
Puts his head down and just starts walking.
Oh, that sounds livery.
Yeah, but dude, it's right here, and there's a hole like that in the side of him, and you can see blood coming out of him.
Okay.
So I don't know, but he literally walks off slowly, and my arrow's stuck in the ground on the trail that he walked into.
So he came back into
He came back into here.
Okay.
Right? And then I texted you. I said, I think I just spent $2,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's big. And then like 5 minutes goes by, and that big 8-point comes walking right back, and I'm texting you. I'm like, do I shoot this other deer? You're like, absolutely.
Well, the reason why I didn't get back to you right away is because my buck stepped out.
No, I figured. I know. It's like you never know what's going on at the same time. And while I'm waiting for you to reply, right underneath the feeder, broadside, for like 5 minutes, and I'm just like, reply. But because I didn't know, and honestly, I almost didn't shoot him, and I probably shouldn't have, because he goes out, he comes back, and you reply to me, he comes back in, gives me another presentable shot about 5-6 minutes later, and I shoot him, and he sprints like a house of fire right through here, right to the same fucking trail.
Oh no. Let's go look at him for a second.
Sure.
30s, mid 130s one. I don't know what Cody says. Any ribs, brokey?
Here's a rib there and a rib there. I guarantee you one of those has slash because they're a 2-inch cut.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this stud. Oh, character.
Yeah, he's got that cool thing there.
So you had to stare at him for a while.
Yeah, I did.
Cody's gonna be real pleased that you got that buck.
Yeah, he presented really easily.
He's topped out. This is an old deer.
Yeah, that's really a cool little knob.
I'm curious if
I didn't
Cody
catch
thinks
that until I
he's
shot him.
over 5.5 or not. See how low his base? His pedicles are so low to the skull.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have. He's got a little bit of definition there, but he's pretty Roman.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cody's gonna be real pumped. Well, let's go find Josh's bigger buck, and then we'll do some photos.
Like
need
it was
to find blood
exactly
somewhere
halfway
right
up.
in here.
Yeah, it was exactly halfway up. Right there.
You got it. Oh, trophy fee.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Yeah, that's liver.
Good. Back a little bit.
No, he's heavy. No, he's gonna break one. Tip his head down a little. Yeah, I want a little more of that main beam right there. All right, and then bring his right side down, like towards the earth. Yep.
And
Don't even know, but it's kind of...
through there.
Okay. These are all sharp.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my lock.
Hey, that's fun.
You're solo. Time 1 second. I'm glad I didn't sleep in.
Good work. Are you going home, I guess?
Yeah, I'm like, kind of feel like I'm taking my shirt. What needs to get killed around here?
Pissy. Still right.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Can you tilt his nose down? Yep.
We liked the exit on those whitetail specials.
Yeah.
But the way that those entry holes are, I don't think I would use it. And I never have, but just based on that, I was like, I mean, it's going to work for a lot of people, but I don't like the small diameter entry hole. And then I would compare that to the Schwacker as far as same premise, like small entry. Dude, you're not going to get a big entry hole with the Schwacker, but it does open up a virgin blade.
You guys won't believe this, but I don't think Josh could get any luckier to kill a management 8 and what they would consider to be a top end buck. Like not top end, but like that's what they're trying to produce. I've never killed a buck like that here ever, and this is my 3rd time being here in the last 2 years. So I'm really happy for Josh. But we got 5 more days that he just smoked. I don't know what he's gonna do the rest of the week, honestly. But this place is special. Texas is awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna swap. All right, guys, welcome back to the ranch. This is our second go around this year. We've got 2 deer this morning, and this time we're actually both by Mr. Josh Jones. So both of these deer he shot with a Grim Reaper razor tip whitetail special. I think they're a 3-blade, a little over a 2-inch cutting diameter. So he was able to get this deer first. So this deer is going to go over our management threshold, but he's a mature deer, beautiful 10-point. It's got one good kicker here, probably measure an inch. This one's going to get close to it. Amazing brow tine, just a pretty shape for a good South Texas deer. Heavy, good time length, good mass, pretty deer. Entry hole in this one, we're right here, just behind the shoulder, and if you look, fairly small entry hole. I mean, it looks like, my thumb barely fits in there. Exit hole, we are actually pretty good. Huge exit hole. I mean, that's, I'd say close to 3 inches. Only problem is if you see how far back this is, based on the video, this deer was pretty broadside. So our theory is this arrow deflected pretty hard when it got inside. One lung and liver, about 125, 130 yard recovery. So not very impressed with the entry hole. Definitely not very impressed with the fact that this arrow possibly deflected and could have had a quicker recovery, better blood trail maybe if it wouldn't have deflected back so much, because you start getting back this far, you can start getting guts and things like that. That'll plug a hole. You want a hole that big and you're not going to have blood on the ground. So after he got this deer, he had some pretty good luck. I think we're going to put him on an airplane and get his ass out of here now. This deer came out next. He may not look like it, but this is a big management 8. I mean, he's beautiful frame, heavy, good time length. I don't know if he tried developing a drop tine in velvet or what this is, but just gives him some extra character. Just a mature deer. Age on him, his teeth show 6, and that his biggest, other than being an 8, his biggest downside, as you can see here, he's got pretty weak brows. This here's barely going to make 2 inches, but he's still, beautiful deer, beautiful management deer. A lot of people this would be a trophy for them, but for us, this is something that he's cool, he's beautiful. It's just not quite going to make that trophy threshold, especially at his age. Same broadhead on this, and really almost an identical placement. Just a touch lower. Entry hole is exactly the same size. Thumb barely fits in there. This deer was a double lung shot, and really an identical exit wound. Just massive exit wound. I think he said this deer went just shy of 100 yards. So blood on this was a pretty good blood trail. So
yeah, that was really good.
Good blood trail. So in this one, no deflection. Good blood trail, which is good. Only negative we can say on this broadhead would be the entry holes. So very small, probably not gonna get a lot of blood on the ground with them, be the only downfall. All right, so here's both of Josh's broadheads from this morning. Hopefully y'all can see these well. So good full deployment, and as y'all can see, everything opened good. He said he had good pass-throughs. Both arrows are 20 so yards past the animal. No large chips, no large damage, and they still feel, this one especially feels very sharp. But the great thing that I like, for mechanical, these blades look pretty thick actually, but no big visible chips. None of the blades are broken, so at least you're getting that full cut diameter all the way through. So integrity wise and how they held up, I'd say it's pretty good.
So you got 5 dinners. Okay. So you're saying use this front one?
To film out of?
No, the hub.
Yeah, hub on the front. So they know that there's food here, but they'll come eat that corn right in front, and it's 30 yards to the fence right there. And I was like, this is incredible footage, cool, once in a lifetime experience. And then the Bobcat started trying to drag her away. Buck was at 27 yards. He put his 20-yard pin right here. Definitely, he has the footage. We watched it back. We're like, bro, that's nothing but liver. You might have clipped a little bit of lung.
Well, we called the dogs in and it.
Yeah, that one there had a lot of gas.
Mature deer, this is that age class you want them to get to. The big Roman nose, huge body.